Right now, Denny Hamlin is the hottest driver in all of NASCAR. He's won 3 races in a row. He just broke an all-time wins record. And in the process, he's taken a championship lead that once looked massive and shrunk it down to almost nothing, just 19 points. He's a freight train and he's coming for the title. There seems to be nothing that can slow him down, except for one thing, and it's waiting for him this weekend. Because tomorrow, NASCAR races in San Diego on a brand new street course, and road courses, the twisting, turning, braking kind of tracks like this one, just happen to be the single biggest weakness of Denny Hamlin's entire career. The one type of track where the freight train slows down. So this sets up one of the most fascinating race eve scenarios of the season. The man leading the championship, Tyler Reddick, has watched his lead get devoured week after week. And now the schedule has handed him the perfect chance to fight back. At a track that should favor him and expose Hamlin at the exact moment it matters most. Today we break down Hamlin's streak, why San Diego is his kryptonite, how this race could flip the championship, and the wild card nobody's accounting for. Stay with me, because the next 24 hours could decide the season. Welcome back to Freedom Line News, the channel where we don't just chase the drama. We break down what really happened and what's really going to happen. If you're new, take a second to hit subscribe, because this community is growing every week. All right, let's get into it. First, let's appreciate just how unstoppable Hamlin has been. 3 races in a row, he's gone to victory lane, Nashville, Michigan, and then last week at Pocono, where he didn't just win, he won from the pole, dominating the track he's mastered better than anyone in history. And that Pocono win moved him up the all-time wins list, past a legend of the sport. This is a driver at the absolute peak of his powers. But the biggest consequence is what it's done to the championship. Coming into this stretch, points leader Tyler Reddick had a comfortable, commanding lead. It looked safe. Then Hamlin went on his tear, win after win after win, and piece by piece, that cushion got eaten alive. As of right now, Hamlin has clawed all the way to within just 19 points of the lead. 19, after trailing by a huge margin not long ago. That's how fast momentum changes a championship. The freight train is right on Reddick's bumper, which is exactly why this weekend is so critical. But here's the twist. For all of Hamlin's greatness, he has one well-known, long-standing weakness: road and street courses. Most NASCAR tracks are ovals, turning left, running fast, and Hamlin is brilliant at those. That's where his 3 straight wins came from. But a handful of races each year run on road and street courses with left and right turns, heavy braking, and a completely different driving style. And on those, throughout his entire career, Hamlin has consistently struggled compared to his oval dominance. It's the one glaring gap in a legendary resume. So think about the timing. Hamlin is on the hottest streak of his life, looking utterly unbeatable. And the very next race is a brand new street course in San Diego, precisely the kind of track where his momentum is most likely to hit a wall. The schedule has delivered his kryptonite at the exact moment he seemed invincible. And that single fact gives Reddick, and everyone chasing him, a genuine reason for hope. And it's not just that it's a road course. This race is the perfect storm of everything that could trip Hamlin up. First, it's a street course, his weakest discipline. Second, it's a brand new track that's never been raced. No history, no setups, no past experience to lean on. That removes one of Hamlin's biggest advantages, his veteran knowledge of tracks he's run for 20 years. Here, that counts for nothing. And third, this track is already proving brutal. In the early sessions this weekend, before the Cup cars even got going, drivers in the other series were crashing hard into the barriers, piling up damage. It's tight, unforgiving, and surrounded by walls. A demolition derby waiting to happen. Put it together. Hamlin's worst type of track, a new layout that erases his experience edge, and a chaotic wall-lined circuit where one mistake ends your day. For a driver chasing a historic streak, this is the most vulnerable position he's been in for months. And if he has an off day, even just an average one, it's a massive opening for the man he's chasing. Which brings us to Tyler Reddick. This weekend is his chance to finally fight back, and he needs it. Picture his season. He built a big lead, was the man to beat, then watched Hamlin reel off win after win and pull to within 19 points. The pressure has mounted. The momentum has flipped to his rival. He needs to stop the bleeding now, before Hamlin takes the lead outright. And here's the good news for Reddick. He's a genuinely strong road course racer. Unlike Hamlin, the twisting tracks are where Reddick shines. So San Diego isn't just where Hamlin is weak, it's where Reddick is strong. That's the ideal combination for a championship leader. A strong run here, while Hamlin struggles, and that 19-point gap could grow back into something comfortable. The narrative could flip from Hamlin is unstoppable to Reddick reasserts control. But the pressure is enormous, because the opposite is also true. If Reddick stumbles on a track that's supposed to favor him, and Hamlin overcomes his weakness, the lead could vanish entirely. This is a defining weekend for Reddick's season. But there's one more layer, a wild card that could scramble everything. Because the driver most likely to actually win this race might be neither Hamlin nor Reddick. His name is Shane Van Gisbergen, the road and street course master. And the numbers are staggering. He's won 6 of the last 7 road and street course races in the Cup Series. 6 of the last 7. On a street course like San Diego, that makes him the overwhelming favorite. And here's why that matters for the title. If SVG wins, neither Reddick nor Hamlin gets the victory. The fight between them becomes all about which one finishes higher. A quiet, crucial duel for position, while SVG checks out up front. So even though he's not the main character in the championship story, SVG could decide how it plays out by taking the win from both contenders and forcing them into a head-to-head for every single point. And on a chaotic track with walls everywhere and crashes already happening, anything could occur. That's what makes this so unpredictable. So here's what it comes down to, and what to watch tomorrow. Above all, watch the battle between Reddick and Hamlin relative to each other. Forget who wins the race for a moment. Track those 2 cars. If Reddick is up front and Hamlin is buried in the pack, the leader is rebuilding his cushion, and the season tilts back his way. But if Hamlin defies his weakness and runs with Reddick or ahead of him on a road course, that's an ominous sign this freight train can't be stopped even on his worst track. Watch SVG too. If he dominates as expected, the race win is his story. But the championship sub-battle behind him is the real drama. And watch for chaos, because on this brutal new street course, one caution or one wreck could rewrite everything. The honest bottom line, Hamlin has been unstoppable, but he's walking into the perfect trap. His weakest track, brand new, full of danger. Reddick has been on the ropes, but he's been handed the perfect chance to fight back. The lead is just 19 points, and after tomorrow, that number could swing dramatically either way. This is the kind of race seasons turn on. Don't miss it. So now I want to hear from you. Do you think San Diego finally slows Hamlin's streak and lets Reddick rebuild his lead? Or does Hamlin shock everyone and take the championship lead? And who's your pick to win the race? SVG or a surprise? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because I read them. If this breakdown was worth your time, hit that like button and subscribe to Freedom Line News, where we cover every NASCAR story with the detail it actually deserves. Thanks for watching, and enjoy the race. I'll see you in the next one.